Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. Welcome to Collectionmas 2023, where we look at a different part of my luxury collection every day for 24 days through the month of December. Sometimes we look at my luxury handbag collection, which is quite vast. I have over 400 luxury handbags, and this year we're doing a few extras around watches and scarves and luxury skateboards. So if that's something that sounds like it might interest you, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you absolutely nothing and means so much to me, so I hope you'll help me out. Today we're going to do all my black bags. I've done my pink bags before. I'll link the video down below because I'm pretty sure my pink collection far outweighs my black collection. But I do have quite a few black bags, so we're going to do them today. But first, of course, we need to do the housekeeping. So first off, my shirt. So I am doing a Grinch shirt today, and it just says be kind because that's an important message. And my headband of the day actually is stolen from my 5-year-old daughter. I'm pretty sure I got it from Kmart, but I have stolen it from her because I am quickly running out of headbands this year. So we'll put that in there. Okay. So we are ready to go. So I own quite a few black bags, quite a few. A lot of them would be considered very classic, as you would see from black bags. I do not believe black bags are boring. I believe that black bags can be very much a necessity in your wardrobe, and that if you love black, you go with it. Deb from Wild Unfiltered, I love that you love black bags, so you keep doing you. All right, let's look at all my black bags. So we'll start with some of my oldest ones. There was a time when I first started collecting luxury handbags or started buying luxury that I thought black bags were what you needed, that that's what you bought, made the most sense. I was probably going to get the most use out of it. So I've got some very old black bags that I still love. So my first one is from Dior. This is Dior Hobo bag. I bought this when I was 26 and I'm about to be 43 in February. So it's getting up there. It's done its time. It was well loved at the time. So it's got a wooden handle on it, which was the fashion at the time. It says Dior on the handle. And we also have the little, well, the big metal heart, which is a weapon because it's on this, and when you throw the bag around, you often hit yourself in the face with it. Got to be a little bit careful with that one, but it is just a black hobo bag from Dior. So that's one of my older ones. And then I'm just going to put it down there. I also have this one. So this is from Chloe. So I missed the Chloe Paddington bag, and I'm still sad about that to this day. I know I can buy one, but I really wish I would have had one back in the day. But this Chloe bag, which I do not know the name of it, I actually bought while I was on holidays in Guam. Yes, I've been to Guam. I know where it is. Actually, I don't know where it is. People say to me all the time, where is it? And I'm like, I don't actually know. I know it's north of Australia, but I can't actually pinpoint where it is. And Dale and Connor often make fun of me for that. But I bought this in Guam duty free because there's not a lot to do in Guam. And I love it. I carried this bag so much, but it is very heavy. Chloe bags back in those days were very heavy. The Paddington bag had that massive padlock on it, and it was so heavy. And this one is no different, but it was awesome because it carried so much. It's a massive tote bag. It's got the pockets where I used to put my phone, another pocket on the back. Like, it's just beautiful. So I still have my Chloe bag from back in the day. An older bag that I didn't actually buy but was given to me is this one. So this was gifted to me from Rod at the Lux Theory. He gave it to me last year, and then I had the buckle replaced. So I believe this was from the late 90s he found this, and this is a Fendi bag, and it is very much vintage. But it's in such great condition. So I took this to Fendi, and they were kind enough to clean it up for me. Had a little bit of mold on it, and they took care of all of that, and then they replaced some of the hardware for me so that it was all new. And this is just beautiful. It was so kind of Rod to gift it to me, and I've been able to give it new life. And it was very much the style, which is actually coming back now. So this style of being short underneath the arm is coming back. So I love it. I'm happy to see that it's getting a resurgence, and I'm incredibly grateful that it was gifted to me. I think they're my oldest ones, and then let's look at some of my new ones. Why not? I'll start with the ones on the floor around me, and then we'll move on. So this is a Chanel classic flap in the maxi size. These you don't see very often. They're not very popular, but I wanted one in every size because at the time I also had black ones in the small size and the medium size. These days I only have the mini, the jumbo and the maxi. I've sold my small and medium. I hate the small and classic medium flaps. I don't like how they sit, but this maxi I still have. I love it. I have recently seen the extra large that they've done, but it's not coming to Australia and I'm devastated because I would love an extra large. But in the meantime, I have my maxi. Super heavy. It is a double flap, so that makes it super heavy. And mine is in the silver hardware. It's in lambskin. They had to get this in from Asia for me because Australia never or very rarely gets in this size. So that's my maxi classic flap. I also have here my jumbo classic flap, and I've just watched a video this morning from Deb at Wild Unfiltered, and yes, we do twin on this Deb, but mine has gold hardware. So this is in caviar leather, which I love, and it has the gold hardware clearly. It is the double flap. And it is also heavy, but I do love the jumbo size because it goes crossbody. Now, I bought this at the same time that I bought my beige jumbo. So on the exact same day, in the same transaction, I bought a jumbo in black and a jumbo in beige. Both very classic, and I love them both. On that day, both of them together cost me under 25,000 Australian dollars. These days, this one on its own, I think almost breaks the $20,000 barrier. And this is not that many years ago. We're talking like 2-3 years ago. So that's how much they've gone up in price in that amount of time. I got two for under $25,000, and these days one on its own is almost breaking 20,000 Australian dollars. It's insane. So mine aren't going anywhere. I also have from Louis Vuitton, I have my Capucines MM. This is in a black box calf leather. It is in the MM size. I love the handle on this. It's a tortoiseshell handle. And other than that, it is just very classic, but I do love the MM size for the simple fact that the handle is so big, it holds so much, and it makes getting in and out of it easier because it is a bigger style bag. So I love this one. It's my only MM size, but this in the box calf is just beautiful. We also have from Louis Vuitton the twist. So this is my twist in the MM size. It's in epi leather and it's got the pink hardware on it. Epi leather is awesome. It is super durable. It will absolutely go the distance. You have to be less careful with epi leather than most other leathers. It's very hard to say. And of course the twists come with the turn lock where you just turn it and it suddenly becomes LV. So yes, I love my twist. I also have a Cousson in the MM size. It's my only MM size Cousson. I love the Cousson bag. I've sold some of mine off. I'm curating that collection just because I don't use it as often. And while I love them, I'm not totally, absolutely, desperately in love with them. The MM size I'm absolutely keeping. I love the MM size. It is super functional. And this in the black is always great. I bought this. I'm pretty sure I paid about $5,000 for this when they very first came out, and they're now super expensive as well. So yeah, if you sit on your bags long enough, they do go up in value just because of price rises, if nothing else. That's not to say I could sell it for what I even paid for it, because these don't hold value in the resale market, but this is a great bag. I do love it. And I love, hang on, I'll just quickly open this up, the saffron interior. It's just gorgeous. So that is my Cousson. We also have from, oops, take out my teacups, from Louis Vuitton, the On My Side. This is my only On My Side. I loved this bag when I saw it because I loved the raised fluffy LVs on the side, but with me, a interior will always get me, and this has got the saffron interior as well. Not one of my favorite bags. I don't use it very often. It's very prim and proper for me. There's no real fun to this, but I have used it for work previously when I've had meetings and stuff, and I've got to just be a little bit more dressed down for the occasion. So yeah, so I have my On My Side as well from Louis Vuitton. Moving on to this side of the floor. Oh, we have the On The Go in the Empreinte leather. This is my first On The Go in black. I have a few On The Go's. Once again, the saffron interior gets me every time. It's heavy. This one is probably one that is going to be rehomed in the new year. I am not desperately in love with it. I am not desperately in love with my On The Go's, which is sad because I love my Neverfulls so much, but they're very different bags. So yes, but I do still have it for now, and this is in the GM size. We also have, oh, without falling off my chair, my Neverfull from the Game On release. So this has got the card pocket. So this is actually a pocket you can put something in there. My iPhone would absolutely fit in there. And it's got all the LVs on it, but also you will find the hearts and the spades and the things that are related to playing cards, because it's called Game On for a reason. And the pouch in this is awesome. So this is the pouch, which I think is just gorgeous. I really loved the white one as well, because I like the pouch in the white one, but for usability purposes, black's a better color than white in a Neverfull. So I have that. Oh, let me just reach down there and get this one. So this is my Chanel GST. I bought this on the pre-loved market, but it's in perfect condition. All the edges are still amazing, and I got it for a pretty good price because it was on the pre-loved market. I bought it because I thought I was going to get a lot of use out of it for work and just as a tote in general. It does not make my heart sing. It's another one that will probably find a new home in 2024, but for now it's still in my collection. It's a beautiful bag, and I wish I had more use for it. I just don't. I don't have to carry a tote for work. So, and to be fair, I rarely go to meetings anymore. Everything's over Zoom or phone or email. So yeah, I just don't have a need for it, but it is a beautiful bag. So I have the Chanel GST tote. Oh, and last one that's on the floor is my Chanel DeVille. So this is a DeVille in shearling. So it is all shearling lined. I've got it stuffed. So it's all shearling lined around the top, and then it's leather lined through the actual interior. Of course, the DeVilles have the long chains, and they also have the short handheld chains. So beautiful, beautiful bag. I really, really wanted this when it came out. It was super expensive because of all this shearling detail and Chanel. It was more expensive than usual DeVilles, but I love this one. I love the color on the front, but the fact that it's all black and shearling, it's very much winter vibes. So yes, I have that one too. I should say I haven't included any of my Murakami pieces. So I've got quite an extensive Louis Vuitton Murakami collection, which includes the black pieces with the colored LVs through it. I haven't done any of those pieces. We'd be here for days. And I feel like they belong in a different video, not necessarily in my black video. And I've tried to steer away from anything that was black with too much color in it. So yes, if you're wondering where my Murakami pieces are, there's a reason they're not here. All right, the next one, Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. The Pochette Métis, one of my favorite bags from Louis Vuitton. I love it. It's what I carry every day, the monogram one. It is my go-to. It's my holy grail, my ride or die. So I have quite a few Pochette Métises. So it makes complete sense that I have one in black Empreinte leather. In fact, I believe the black one was the first one I bought. I think I bought this one before I bought my monogram one. And I have a feeling that the strap on this started to peel, and I put it in for repair, and I bought the monogram one while I was waiting for this one to repair, and then I've just never swapped back to it. So there you go. A non-interesting story for you all. So that's my black Pochette Métis. We also have one of my newest additions. This is my Mini 22 from Chanel. I got this in Paris. I am dying to use it. I haven't had an occasion to use it yet, and it's one that I am absolutely desperate to use. I love this bag. I think it's going to go so well for me. I love that it's squishy. I am considering getting an organizer for it, but I'm resisting on the basis that I want to see how it goes being squishy. It's got the black on black Chanel, which I love, and it's in caviar. This I'm just in love with it, and it was such a surprise to me because I didn't think it was really a bag for me, but when they brought it out in Paris, I was like, I want that. So yes, don't be surprised at all if that starts a whole new collection of 22s. All right, My black Birkin 35. This is my special order. It has rose gold hardware and the interior is in rose Mexico. So you can see the pink there. So my entire bag has the pink interior. I will link the story of this down below in case you want to actually see this bag in detail, but this is my black Birkin 35 special order, and it is one of my favorite bags in my collection because it is a special order and it was made specifically for me, and to get a special order at Hermes is quite a special thing. So yes, I love this bag. Oh, hello old friend. This is a very old bag too. This bag would have to be, I must have bought this when I was like 22, I reckon. And yeah, so let's say 20 years. Oh goodness. So this is a Burberry bag and it's in the black leather. You can see it's got the big buckle detail on the front. It looks 20 years old, but it's done very well for its age. It was beautiful at the time. It does have a check interior, but it is a black on black check interior, so it doesn't show up. But yeah, it's a beautiful bag. I can't tell you what it's called. I can't tell you how much it cost me at the time. I can tell you nothing about it because it was 20 years ago, and to be fair, I don't really remember. But I love it, and it, you know, it could make a comeback because these bags are making a comeback. So that's my Burberry bag. And then if I flip over this side, I have my Picotin 22 in the ostrich from Hermes. Beautiful, beautiful bag, and they even cover the locks in the exotic when they do exotics. I love this ostrich. Ostrich is generally better on a color because you can see the dots more, but this is very understated, which we get from Hermes. And I also have my Hermes Evelyn back here. So it's just a plain black Evelyn with silver hardware, pocket on the front. I do love my Evelyns. They are great hands-free bags. I would love a GM size, which they rarely do, but I am hopeful I will see one day in Australia. And I'm considering a mini, but I'm not sure if I'm there yet. But for now, I have the PM size. And then also here from Hermes, we have this, whose name absolutely escapes me. I cannot remember what these are called, but they're like little woks. And you just open them up and you can take them as a clutch, as an evening bag. Mine has the touch of python on it, which makes it a little bit different. And yeah, they're just really handy to have as evening clutches when you go out. All right, let's move to the shelves. We have the Fendi first in the medium size. Medium size, yes, looks massive, yes. Should be called large, yes, yes it should. But we call it a medium because that's what they decided they were going to do. It is huge, but it is a great bag. I love the Fendi first. The mediums I will actually use with the shoulder strap. The smalls I never do, I just carry them as clutches. These, when they're full of stuff, can actually get quite heavy because they're a heavy bag to start with. But Fendi first is a beautiful, beautiful design, and I love all of mine. I have a whole Collectionmas video on Fendi first. I'll link it down below. Moving on to my wok. This is my Chanel wok in the aged crumple calf skin. This travels with me every time I go overseas. I love it. It's a fantastic wok. I have 8 or 9 woks. Chanel woks are a staple in my life. I love them. They are still very expensive, but in my opinion, it's one thing at Chanel which is still really worth it. Mine is well loved, well traveled. It's been to many parts of the world, and I basically use it as a wallet on my travel days in my bigger tote, so that if I'm getting around the airport, I can just throw this on, and the black is always really handy. It's a little bit understated, and because it has the reissue lock on it, it does not scream Chanel, which brings me less attention in countries that I might not know a lot about. So I love my Chanel wok. My Chanel 19. This was my 40th birthday present from my husband. He said, what do you want for your birthday? I said, I want a Chanel 19. We went to store. I looked at a few different ones and I settled on the black because I went, go with a classic, Meredith. Buy a classic for your birthday. I love this bag. I love that I got it for my 40th birthday. It makes me sad that even as like long, it was only 3 years ago, and I still feel like I really didn't know myself 3 years ago in terms of, I love color and I love texture and I love sequins and I love all the different things, yet it says to me, even as I was coming into my 40s, I still thought a black bag was what I should buy. So I think that says something about how long it takes us to find ourselves. And I'm sure some people take much longer than 40 and other people find themselves really early in life. But it does make me a little bit sad that even at 40, I didn't know myself well enough to know, go and buy the bright bag, Meredith, because that's what's going to bring you joy. I do love this one. And it is a very good reminder for me that it took me a long time to get to me. So yes, it's an important bag for a few reasons, and it might just be a plain black bag, but it's probably much more symbolic of many other things for me. I also have the Jumbo reissue. So I love this bag. I know I have the other Jumbo. Why do I need a reissue? And I ask myself that sometimes, do I really need them both? And then I think, yes, I do, because they do different things. So for starters, they look very different in their locks. This one is lighter than the classic flap, most certainly, and it's also scrunchier. So these are made to be scrunchy, and I love that about it. It's got this real aged look to it. So it's probably a bit more rock and roll feel than the classic flap, and I love that about it. So I'm not willing to part with this one just because I have the other one. My Dale bag. This is my fabulous Dale bag. So those of you who don't know Dale from Dale's Addiction, she has a great YouTube channel here. I'll link her down below. She's a very good friend. I love her to bits. I watched Dale long before I became a YouTuber, and she had this bag and I was like, oh my God, I love that bag. Yes, it's black, but look at it. It's so different. It's got all these different textures. Dale has dubbed it, or I think people have dubbed it for her Frankenstein bag. And yes, I can absolutely see that it looks that way. I think it's from the 2012 collection at Chanel. It was not particularly popular, but this I had made friends, quasi-friends at that point, with Dale on Instagram and said, I'm looking for that bag. Do you know anything about it? And then suddenly one popped up and she found it and sent it to me and said, if you're still looking for this, here it is. And I was like, yes, I am. So I bought it. So I managed to get it on the resale value, on the resale market. It wasn't overly cheap, but it also wasn't super expensive because it wasn't well known. But I do love this bag, and this is my Dale bag. Okay, and we have, so this little baby from Chanel. It has all the charms on it. I feel like it was from the Métier d'Art collection, but don't quote me on that. I'm terrible with Chanel seasons. I don't know, and I just can't get them straight in my head, so I've just given up. I don't buy enough Chanel for me to be super on it. But I loved all these little charms and chains. It's about the size of a mini. It's probably just a little bit smaller than a mini. And it's basic. It's just a basic black bag with charms and things on it. I do like the two-tone hardware though. So yes, that came from Chanel. Then we have my mini Kelly. I love this bag. I love this bag so much. It's in the box calfskin again. So hang on. I don't often have these bags out at the same time. So both box calfskin. So this one is actually more of a matte and this one's more of a high shine, but they are both the same leather. Two different houses, but this is what the original Kellys, like for Grace Kelly, were made in, this black box calf leather, and I just love it. I love it so much. It will scratch most certainly, but if you're careful with it, not so much. And it does have the silver hardware. This was exactly what I wanted, and I was lucky enough to get offered it as a quota bag in exactly the specs I wanted. Then we have this Fendi first. So this is in the small size, and it's in a velvet. So this is black velvet with gold detail on it, and I just thought it was a great evening bag because black velvet reminds me of the 80s and my mother or her friends going out and they wore black velvet or they took black velvet bags. Velvet was very big in the 80s. And yes, I don't know if that rings true for anybody else who's about my age, but I have a clear memory of that being part of the 80s, the velvet, in whether it be in dress or whether it be in bag form. But yeah, that's where my memories for this bag come from. And then we have a Kusama piece. So this is this year's Kusama in her newest release. I think this is the Mariella bag, I want to say. I know it didn't come to a lot of countries. It has the little coin purse on it with the pumpkin. And I just thought it was really sweet. I thought it was a great Kusama piece without it being Kusama with all the dots and the bright colors, and obviously you don't have to have the pumpkin on it. The pumpkin comes off, and that just makes a really simple black bag. While it's still Kusama, it's not Kusama, which I really loved about it. All right, and then we have this twist from Louis Vuitton. So Louis Vuitton make a few different variations of the twist, and this is one of them. It's an elongated version, and when you look at it, it has a magnet closure instead of going through the material. They'll often do that for precious materials, and this one is completely black beaded. So once again, a beautiful evening piece to have. Yes, I know I have many bags that would meet the requirements of an evening bag. I can't help it. I'm a collector. I collect them. So yes, I just love the sparkle on this. We also have from Chanel a mini in black caviar, because yes, we should all have a black mini caviar. No, we should not. If you don't want one, don't buy one. But for me, it was a staple. I needed to have a mini in the black caviar. I thought, well, this one isn't one that I just thought I should have. I actually really wanted this, and I hunted it. I had one in the lambskin, but I wanted one in the caviar, and Rod from the Lux Theory helped me track it down. So I'm lucky enough to have my two favorite sizes from Chanel in black caviar. One is the jumbo and the other one is the mini. And then my last black bag is this one. So this is, this is a belt bag from Chanel. It is vintage. It's from the 80s. And my fabulous friend Una, who is Vintage Lover 83 on Instagram, often comes across these and sells these via her Instagram account. This was about $1,000 for a Chanel bag. Look at the condition of this. It's amazing. I love it so much. It does have a belt which really doesn't fit me because yeah, it's a size 80 belt, I think, and I'm not an 80. Wish I was. But you can wear it with a different strap. I can put it on my Kelly belt from Hermes, which is fully adjustable. I can put it on another chain from any of the houses that I have. It has variations that I can absolutely use, but look at it. How stunning is that for over 30 years old? So yeah, it's over 30 years old. It's almost 40 years old now. So like, that's just crazy to me. Yeah, so thank you to Una for helping me track this one down. And I also have one in the white. If you're interested in vintage bags, Una finds the best vintage bags and sells them via her Instagram. So please go follow her over on Instagram. I will link her down below as well. So they are all the black bags that I own. How many black bags do I own? 32. I own 32 black handbags. Nowhere near the amount of pink ones I own. Pink was 64 off the top of my head. So about half the amount of pink bags I own in black. So yeah, that was an interesting exercise. But black bags do not need to be a staple in your wardrobe. A neutral is what suits you and your wardrobe always. Black is a neutral for me, even though I'm told my coloring does not lend itself to black. I feel comfortable in black. Pink is a neutral in my wardrobe because I have so much pink. Green might be a neutral to you. Tan might be a neutral to you. Purple might be a neutral to you. Whatever is a neutral to you is your neutral. You don't have to own black bags. They can be handy if they fit in your wardrobe. So just keep that in mind. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, which at the moment is every single day. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life. So please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.